yes, back on Earth at last. It's always nice to return back after a long bit of travelling.
I don't feel like coming back. Seriously. It just makes me feel like we did all the fun trips for nothing.
Well, I think it's rather nice to visit the present day.
Yo, Doctor, you somehow managed to get me back to where I live. Thank you for that. Surprisingly, my house isn't too far away from here.
From what I can sense, it appears that we're back in 2022, and exactly just only 3 days since we first met. Huh.
I'm not so sure, Doctor. Something feels off.
Kreig's right, Doctor. Where is everyone?
That certainly is off. Seriously, this place would be usually streaming with life and atmosphere, but there's just nothing. Well, if the only way we're gonna figure out what the hell's going on around here is best that we try and split up. You two better find some shelter while I just, go around and see if there's anybody here. Don't worry, I'll see you in a bit. If I actually show up out alive.
Oh, this isn't right. It's like the people all just disappeared like that.
Don't worry, Skyler. I'll get you something to eat at my place. You'll feel perfectly safe. I promise you that.
It's like the people all just disappeared like that.
Don't worry, Skyler. I'll get you something to eat at my place. You'll feel perfectly safe. I promise you that.
Doctor, those two humans speak of the Doctor. Then the traveler has returned all this time.
This place has seen better days.
Yeah, it has been. Especially since I've been with the Doctor for so long, you see. I haven't had time to clean up the place. It's a bit of, a bit of a disaster at the moment. Look, let's split up and see if we can find anything useful.
Looks like someone hasn't been keeping up with their mail.
Just leave them. They're not important.
Hey, Kreig, is this?
Put that down. It's none of your business.
I'm sorry, Kreig. I didn't mean to pry.
It's fine. Just, please, let's focus on finding out what's going on here.
Kreig, did you hear that?
I did. Sounds suspicious, if you ask me.
I think it's coming from outside. Why don't we have a look and see what it is?
I'm not sure, but whatever suits you.
Kreig, look over there.
What in the universe?
It's beautiful.
Don't go any closer to it. We don't want to startle the poor thing.
Do you think it's dangerous?
It's hard to say, but for now, it doesn't seem to be interesting to us. It's singing!
I think so. It's like nothing I've ever seen.
Huh. Well, nothing, but... Wait a minute. What's that sound? Oh, incredible. A herd of Gorgons in the wild. What a fantastic species, rarely being seen nowadays. Even in the far reaches of the galaxy, but how on earth did you get here and... Wait, what's going on? Oh dear. Seems that there's a stampede coming through. Well, looks like it's my time to go.
Kreig, can you hear that? That's the same sound they used back on Wolfville.
I don't think that it means there are wolves here. Look, the Gorgon seems to be acting funny.
Kreig, we need to get out of here!
We're not leaving until we find out what's causing this. Hey, you! Come back! There's no need to be frightened.
Oh, no, don't go after it! You're gonna get yourself killed! Oh, forget it! Kreig! What's happening?
Well, looks like we're being abducted again.
Oh, well, that's great! If one alien species wasn't enough!
Well, once we're inside the spacecraft, we'll find out what's going on after all.
Easy, you lot! I'm not trying to harm you! Well, that was rather a quick dilemma. I think the herd would have moved on by now.
Halt! Who goes there?
Just someone that's, curious about what the hell's happening around here.
Be on your way. This area is protected by unit.
Unit? What are you guys doing here? Look, my friends and I have been here for a few minutes, and all we've seen is that there's very few people here on the streets, and a large four-legged alien that acts almost like cattle. I almost felt like the TARDIS hasn't been taking me to Earth all this time, and basically I feel like I've been staying away for way too long by this point.
Wait a minute. It's you. You're the Doctor.
Oh, good heavens, finally! I was hoping for someone like you would show up. Seriously, finding unit soldiers around here is way more difficult, especially in this unique face. What's your name, sir?
Sergeant Patrick Matthews reporting for duty, sir. It is an absolute pleasure to be working for you, Doctor.
It's alright, there's no need to be super formal about it all.
All good, Doctor.
Oh, well, now tell me, how come you're the only unit soldier here in this town at the moment? I thought there'd be more of you here.
Well, several soldiers have been keeping an eye on this area due to recent, unusual occurrences.
Unusual occurrences? Tell me more.
You see, there have been strange energy readings. Disappearances, in fact. And then these large creatures appeared roaming around the streets. Whenever that siren thing goes off, they start acting mad or something.
Fascinating. I'd love to lend a hand, if you're all happy for me to help out.
We could use all the help we can get. Follow me, Doctor.
So, Sergeant, tell me a bit about yourself. How long have you been working with UNIT?
Feels like a lifetime, Doctor. Been a member for about 5 years now. Seen my fair share of alien invasions and whatnot.
Ah, seasoned veteran, I see. I'm sure you've got quite a few stories to tell me.
You could say that. But enough about me. What about you, Doctor? What brings you to West Grove?
Just passing through. I felt like I needed to return here after a few years. Plus, I need to give my friends a bit of a rest from all the monsters and enemies that we constantly face.
You happen to notice there's no sign of people on the streets.
Unfortunately, yes. Somehow, since I showed up, this place has been nothing more but a ghost town.
Oh, great. We got a live one coming in.
Whatever you do, Matthews, don't shoot it.
You said the thing is harmless. It's trying to kill us.
There's no need to shoot it! The poor thing's terrified! No, don't! How could you be so heartless?
What else was I to do? If I didn't kill that thing any sooner, we would have been squashed to pieces.
I only wanted to find out what it was doing here. I didn't want to kill it. Just look at it. A poor creature taken from its world thousands of miles away, only yet to be butchered and slaughtered. and put on a shelf like a trophy.
Well, what we figured out is that these Gorgons now roam the earth and have taken over.
I don't think these are the invaders. The Gorgons seem to be more like livestock that was just sent here.
If that's the case, we might be dealing with something much more powerful than we can imagine.
Well, you're right there, Matthews. There has to be some sort of species wanting to protect it. Whoever they are, I'd be rather interested to talk to them.
Yes, on that note, it seems they want to have a little chat. Very well, hoist us up.
Doctor!
Matthews, are you okay?
Not really, Doctor. I feel like I'm gonna be sick.
Luckily, I have the sort of thing that can fix you up.
Doctor, I do understand you have that name, but are you actually a proper doctor?
Well, I'm a doctor of many things, but this will fix you up. Best you drink it.
It's actually quite nice. What is it exactly?
Oh, the capsule that you drank there is contained with a liquid form that I've been working on in the TARDIS. Sometimes when most human beings get picked up by teleports, they start having like a weird funny feeling in their stomach. So I thought, why can't there be a capsule where you can just get an easy drink so that you don't feel bad after a while?
Surprisingly, it actually tastes really good for some reason.
Well, that's because I may have mixed it with some lime cordial and 2 teaspoons of lemonade.
Now that's a strange combination. I never hear anyone say.
Well, with all that said, I think I know what type of spaceship we're on. This is a livestock carrier run by the Zoraxians.
The Zoraxians?
Well, that, my friend, is very easy to explain. You see, the Zoraxians aren't actually invaders. They're more so like settlers or farmers. Fantastic with their agriculture, actually. They're only just interested in sorting out their crops and taking care of the Gorgons.
So the Gorgons are a lot like their version of cows?
Exactly that, Matthews. They use the Gorgons for almost everything, from milk to clothing, and they even use their meat. I highly recommend you don't eat the meat of a Gorgon. Your human stomach wouldn't handle it that well.
Well, then why would the Zoraxians want to take over this planet?
Probably because there's enough land out there for them to roam around in. You know, it's rather better if I speak to the Gorgons alone in person. I think they know exactly what on earth is going on.
Well, whatever suits you, Doctor.
Hey, Kreig, where are we? The last thing I saw was a bright light, and then I just woke up here.
I don't think you remembered. Well, we got transported onto a spaceship that's above Earth and found myself here in the holding cell. You were unconscious for a short while here.
Well, then why didn't you wake me up early?
Well, there's nothing we can do now. We're basically just trapped in a prison cell with nothing.
Kreig, are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just thinking, Seriously, it was a terrible decision for the doctor to bring us back here. After everything we've been through, he decides to bring me back to the worst possible place.
You can talk to me, I'm here if you need someone to listen.
Well, if you are so keen to know, I never really had a normal childhood, Skyler. My dad left when I was just 8. I remember waiting by the window every day and night, hoping and praying he'd come back, but he never did.
I am so sorry, Kreig. That must have been really tough.
Believe me, it didn't get any easier. My mum, she was diagnosed with Parkinson's when I was 12. I couldn't stand watching her deteriorate, knowing there was nothing I could do to help. It was like losing her piece by piece, and from there, my life just continued to fall apart. And then there was work. Dealing with the stress, the pressure, it all became too much. I started struggling with my mental health, spiraling into a dark place I couldn't escape from. I was depressed.
I can't imagine how hard that must have been for you. What did you do?
I tried to carry on, pretending like everything was okay. But deep down, I knew I needed help. And that's when I found the doctor on my way to work on that fatal day. Once he walked into my life, he showed me that I could be brave, to put aside the burdens of the past and help others when they're struggling.
I'm glad the doctor helped you through it. He did the same thing for me when I lost Nida. You're a brave person, Kreig. You're caring, and not gonna lie, you're pretty hilarious in certain situations.
Yeah, I've been really thankful. I've been sticking around the TARDIS and keeping an eye on the doctor. He's saved me in more ways than one.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Kreig. I'm here for you. Always.
Thanks, Skyler. That means a lot.
Well, I never thought I'd end up being inside a spaceship.
You are on the right track after all. Presumably, if we're getting closer than we expected.
But wouldn't whoever is doing this be standing in front of us giving the full details of the plan?
I think they already know by now. Obviously trying to stay in character for dramatic effect.
Attention, human stowaways. You have trespassed into the freighter of the Zoraxians. You are to come forward in my presence in the main hanging bay, or you will face your inevitable demise.
At last! The leader finally decides to greet us. At least he was subtle about it. We'll come to you, if only you give us information about where Kreig and Skyler are.
Your companions are safe in the holding cell, for now.
Well, it looks like I'm on my own for this one.
Should I go along with you for protection?
Don't worry, I'll be perfectly fine. However, I'll need you to go to the holding cells and try and get Kreig and Skyler out.
Well, how will I know if I've reached the holding cells?
Well, just follow the path until you see the sign that says holding cell. It's pretty obvious.
Very well, Doctor. Just don't get yourself killed. If I find anything suspicious, I'll contact you using my walkie-talkie.
Thank you very much. Well, here we are, reunited at last. It took me a little while to figure out what was going on. I think it was the Gorgons that slightly gave it away for me.
I remember you, Doctor. You were there when my world was destroyed, all those years ago. Why weren't you there? Why couldn't you save my people?
Look, I know how you feel. I tried as best as I can to save every single civilization when the flux happened. It wasn't my fault. I did everything that I could.
You let my species die and suffer in the horrors of the flux.
There was nothing I could have done. I couldn't save your people. I couldn't save everyone back then.
My family was the first to be eradicated. I was forced to flee to the outskirts of the universe, to escape the devastation. The Gorgons was the only thing that remained of a once great species.
Look, I'm truly sorry what happened to you, but I assure you, you did everything that you could.
Perhaps. But the damage was done. My people were slaughtered. My home destroyed in the devastation. Yet, this carrier ship is what remains.
And here you are, the last of the Zoraxians. A simple and peaceful race known for their fantastic agriculture. Forced to free from the horrors of the greatest catastrophe in the universe.
I see. And what brings you here, Doctor?
Maybe I can find you a new planet for you. For the Gorgons, where they can have the fields to roam around in. Where you can restart again from scratch.
Then perhaps we can work together to figure out a solution of sorts.
Come on, you lot. We don't have much time.
Who the heck are you?
I'm Sergeant Patrick Matthews of the Unified Intelligence Task Force. I've come to get you out of here.
And why should we trust you?
Because I'm here to help. I I came with the doctor.
The doctor? Is he here?
Yep, and he's okay. At the moment, he's speaking to the lead Zoraxian to help him find a new planet, but we need to move quickly if we are to reach him. Follow me.
Guys, I think I might have found something.
What do you mean?
Looks like some sort of chamber. Are those...
The people of Earth. They're all here.
They're being kept in stasis chambers? But for what purpose?
You have to tell the doctor about this. Is there any way we can reach to him?
I gave the doctor an extra walkie-talkie. Derek can contact him through the main ship.
Why don't you give that a try?
Doctor, you won't believe what we've found.
Captain Matthews, excellent to hear from you. Just at the moment, I've just been negotiating with the Zoraxian here just to try to figure out some stuff. So, now before I continue any further of the other good things, have you happened to find Kreig and Skyler?
It's all good, Doctor. All safe.
And, just to let you know, that's the good news.
Okay, so what's the bad news?
Well, we found where the entire population of Earth is. They're trapped within these cryogenic stasis chambers, completely untouched.
Okay, so, Core, I see that you happen to actually save the majority of the human race, but why kidnap them? That's just unacceptable of you guys. Look, we're getting a bit over ourselves, but is there any way you could reverse it back?
I had to be sure that the humans weren't in the way. The Gorgons are easily frightened by their species. But I can't reverse the process. It's beyond my capabilities.
Well, right now I'm giving you two options. You either bring back the humans back to Earth, or I'll bring this ship crashing down deep into the planet's core.
You're merely bluffing.
Would I be willing to do this?
Doctor, stop this now!
Make the choice, Core. Have the human ranks go extinct, or you?
Very well, if you insist.
What's happening? Where are all those people going?
It's alright, everyone. Every human on the ship is being sent back to Earth completely unharmed. Quick heads up. You might want to be careful.
Why do we need to be careful? It's all good and dusted.
Don't know about that.
Guys, I think we might need to start running.
I'm right behind you.
This way.
The hatch doors are almost about to close. We can't outrun them forever.
Quickly, we're almost there. Man, that was a close one.
I can see from the window that the Gorgons are moving away from the door.
Seems like they were no longer interested in us. The doctor did say that they were herbivores. They just tend to be frightened a little bit.
Like how an elephant gets startled by loud noises.
Exactly. The doctor, he's not far from here.
He could still be chatting up that Zoraxian bloke.
I think so. I know exactly where to go. Follow me this way, you two.
As for I am to be locked away. I did not want to cause this evil. I just wanted to protect the Gorgons.
Core, you've done everything that you could. There's always another way. Another chance to make things right.
Thank you, Doctor. I only hope that it's not too late to undo the damage that I have caused.
It's never too late to start anew, Core. I'm gonna let you find a world that's inhabitable, where you begin again, learn from your mistakes, and build a future that honors your people's legacy.
Doctor, you're safe and sound.
Well, that's great and all, but what are we supposed to do with the Zoraxian?
Lower your gun, Matthews. I'm not gonna end this in bloodshed. Instead, Core has agreed to leave this planet in peace, and that he will find a new home for the Gorgons and rebuild his world once and for all.
So we're just gonna let them go and find a new planet for him to reside.
Look, Core here isn't an invader. He's merely just a farmer trying to take care of the Gorgons. That's why he came to this planet, to find a new home. But I think it'll be a little bit better if the planet is uninhabitable for him. I want you to promise me, whatever happens, whatever planet you happen to find, I want you to rebuild it without any violence or greed. A place where you could just live your life in peace and harmony. That's all I ask.
I will. And I will never forget the debt that you owe me, Doctor.
Well, it looks like it's time to go home. Everyone, let's get back home.
Well, I better hold my stomach in. It isn't gonna be easy landing back on Earth.
There we are. Home sweet home.
Look! Everyone's back!
Well, at least it's good to see everything back to normal.
You seem happy at the moment, Kreig. What's on your mind?
It's all good, Kreig. You can tell him.
Doctor, I know why you brought me. So that I could see home again. But to be honest, I don't really have much here anymore. It's not really what I call home.
And why is that, Kreig?
Because every moment I've spent with you has been an adventure, Doctor. You've shown me a happiness I haven't felt in a long time. I want to continue exploring the universe with my favourite people in the universe.
I'm really happy you said that, Kreig. You've always been a valuable member to the team.
It's been an honour serving with you all. I probably better get back to unit. I've got a lot of things to say to the General. Until we meet again.
That's all good, Matthews. It was really lovely working with you.
I'm certain we'll see you again sometime soon.
You may never know. Come along, you two. Time waits for no one, especially us.